So I just wanted to talk a little bit quickly now about carbohydrates and weight loss. And so often when people are aiming to lose weight or to get into a fat burning mode, there's been a long-standing belief that you need to completely omit carbohydrates, or that if you do eat them, you're kind of sabotaging your efforts and or putting yourself back into a sugar burning mode. You're going to get re-addicted to carbohydrates versus sugar. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was the fact that that's not true. Like, if you are being strategic and getting educated about this or working with someone that is helping you, essentially, you can use carbohydrates to your advantage. The reason why that is because of a certain hormone called leptin. And so basically, leptin is a hormone that lets us know that we can let go of fat. So when we have, generally, when we're eating more carbohydrates and when we're eating more calories, we tend to have higher amounts of leptin in our body. So if you have ever had that situation where you've been eating in abundance and or had more weight on your frame that you wanted to lose, and you started restricting both of those things, calories and carbohydrates, and started to lose weight, and then maybe had that weight loss slow or stall or then even stop, and you've just kind of, recommitted to what you were doing and tried harder and still didn't have a change, this could be why. So, anyway, when we reduce calories and carbohydrates, leptin levels also go down, which slows weight loss. So, if you are having this situation, periodic and intentional carbohydrate spikes, calorie spikes can re-up your levels of leptin, which will just allow you, I feel like I have like dust in my nose, it'll allow you to continue to lose weight without your body thinking that you are compromised, okay? So that's kind of awesome. However, there are some people that maybe have more weight on their frames, or maybe probably eating more carbohydrates, maybe eating an abundance of calories, and have something called leptin resistance. And so in that situation, the hormone is actually in abundance, but the brain is not recognizing that fact. So an additional downside to your body not letting go of fat is that your brain is actually telling your body that you need to eat more, that you might not be satisfied with a certain amount of food. So that sucks. So what to do about that? Leptin resistance is actually closely tied to insulin resistance. And so I think I made a video the other week about insulin sensitivity, conversely, insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is a sucky situation. That term may be familiar, but basically insulin resistance is when your body requires more and more insulin to do the same job, to transport fuel, glucose, from the bloodstream to be put into muscle cells to be used for energy. And so basically, when we have abused carbohydrates, we keep spiking our insulin. We keep making our body pump insulin out. And so it's like, the pancreas kind of gets worn out. But what ends up happening is that we require more and more for the same job. And so insulin in great abundance is not awesome. And this is definitely something that packs on belly fat. Affects cortisol levels, affects blood sugar. There's like a nasty ass loop with that hormone. And so, and additionally, leptin resistance is something that results from insulin resistance. So, one thing I talk a lot about with people is fat burning. And so one of the first steps, like if you've seen any of the testimonials I share, typically I start people with a program called My Smart Start. It used to be called Reset, for resetting one's insulin sensitivity. But that is one of the main objectives of that program, is it to resets your insulin sensitivity, taking you away from insulin resistance, and additionally taking you away from leptin resistance. So, if any of this is interesting or confusing, or if you have a desire to understand where you are sugar burning versus fat burning wise, be in touch. Personally message me. I'm very happy to share a questionnaire that just illuminates a lot for people. Like if you're someone that's been either struggling with their health or struggling with their weight and, has made efforts in certain departments and it not receiving the benefit that you're expecting to, this just might be something that just clarifies a little bit. And then the other thing I want to say, and maybe I'll put this somewhere, I don't know where, but I'm going to be blogging more just about all kinds of random shit, including stuff like this that actually is pertaining to health. And so I've had two main outlets for sharing information to the world in addition to Facebook, where I feel free to be me. So my goal in this blog is to do the same thing. Generally, connected to massage, talking about pain, talking about strength, talking about weakness, and then also, or just having an outlet directly connected to USANA, where my main goal is to talk about general health. So at any rate, I'm going to put a little link, and if you wish to receive more information about crazy things that I find useful, that hopefully you will too, sign up. All right. Yay. Thank you guys for coming, and thank you for, being right back on board, Yelly, with not being able to hear my last thingy because I was silent somehow. So anyway, I love you all, and be in touch if desired. Okay.